Shady, if Rodgers is different than last year with the Jets, then the Jets should go very, very far this season and very far in the NFL playoffs. Do you think, are you convinced that the Jets are getting a better Aaron Rodgers?
I think so. Just seeing A-Rod now with the Jets, the way he's responding. For example, like going to OTAs. When you're a player that doesn't go to OTAs, if you've been doing that consistently for a long time, that's not who you are. I'm not doing this. But for some reason now, he's being part of our OTAs and mini camps. He's hanging out with the guys at basketball games, at different arenas, like having fun with them.
Yep.
All that type of chemistry is big. So now when you go into a game, not only can I count on this guy and I'm playing with him, but I actually like him.
Yep.
And I think that Aaron Rodgers, he's in a place, he's with a team that wants him there. I think sometimes as a player, man, it gets redundant. Like, you get either the same coach or the same philosophy, the same players. You might need a shakeup. I think sometimes players do better when they get traded or they get a new offensive coordinator, or they get a new head coach. It changes things a little bit for him. I think Aaron Rodgers, he's in a place where the change is good. They want him there. They're dependent on him. And he's back to that light where we're dependent on A-Rod. I feel like last year, they didn't really depend on A-Rod. It was more of the running game. It was more of the young wide receivers. Now, for the Jets, it's all about Aaron Rodgers, and I think he plays best when he has that type of pressure on him.
Shady, the reason I think they're getting a different Aaron Rodgers is because if you really pay attention to the details of last year in Green Bay, the young Packers receivers did not take off until halfway or later into the season.
Okay.
I personally attribute that to the lack of Aaron Rodgers' presence in OTAs. Clearly, there are some other issues. The young receivers were dealing with health injuries, hamstring injuries for Christian Watson primarily. But it wasn't until week 10 that Christian Watson had receiving touchdowns, 3 versus the Dallas Cowboys. And if you were watching the Packers-Eagles game, Christian Watson amassed his most yardage
as a
first-round wide receiver with the backup quarterback, Jordan Love, for the Packers. That's where Christian Watson ends up having 110 yards that season. So if Aaron Rodgers would have been present earlier last year, I believe the young Packers team, the young Packers receivers, would have blossomed earlier and would have blossomed much sooner. So Aaron Rodgers being present in New York all offseason, that leads me to believe, they're going to take off. They're going to take off sooner, and Aaron Rodgers is going to be better quicker.
I agree. I believe that they're getting a different Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not surprised that they're getting it, because what have we seen from Aaron Rodgers over the last couple of years? When he has something to prove, when he is feeling like I need to make a statement, we see his best. We see MVP Aaron Rodgers.
That's true.
When they drafted Jordan Love,
he turned
you
it up.
You think you're going to replace me?
Yeah.
Let me show you what I'm still capable of. You don't want to pay me $50 million a year? Let me show you why I'm worth $50 million a year. Green Bay Packers, you think life's going to be better without me and you can move on with Jordan Love and you can be casual about how you get rid of me? Let me show you what I can do with the New York Jets. So I think you're going to get a supremely motivated Aaron Rodgers. I can't help but look at the numbers last year, which were disappointing and very un-Aaron Rodgers-like. And I had to weigh, how much of that is age and how much of that is the thumb injury that he was supposedly playing with for a better part of the year. I don't know that he's going to get back to MVP level. I'm not expecting that. But do I think that they are going to get a much better Aaron Rodgers than we saw last season? Without question.
Yeah, there's another factor that wasn't there last year that might have affected his numbers. His name's Davante Adams.
There's that too. Yep.
Essentially accounted for around 30% of all of Aaron Rodgers' statistics in both of his MVP seasons. I don't think we put enough respect on Davante Adams because Aaron Rodgers is, of course, an incredible quarterback and extremely talented, and he has to get him the ball. But do we feel there's a Davante Adams in New York?
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson.
I
don't know if I put him quite there, but
I won't put Davante Adams in there. I would say he's a really, really good wide receiver that has potential to be a top 10, top 5 eventually.
I'd put him there.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep Davante Adams where he is.
The reason I put him there is because Aaron Rodgers has gotten busy with 4 receivers.
That's true. No, yes,
because
30% of his statistics?
Aaron Rodgers got 2 MVPs without Davante.
Yeah.
You feel me?
This Aaron Rodgers in year 18, 19?
No, I don't have the sample size, but Aaron Rodgers had Jordy Nelson had a 1,500-yard season. James Jones led the league in passing touchdowns. Greg Jennings had multiple 1,000-yard seasons. Randall Cobb had a couple 1,000-yard seasons. And then Davante was the best receiver in the league.
I guess Davante's not that good. I think Davante's pretty good. I think Davante's gotten busy with without Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
So, like, I'm going to put Devontae in that category as a very special player.
Absolutely.
There's a reason that he got paid what he got paid. And in my opinion, there's a reason why the numbers drop-off was so significant with Aaron Rodgers. Yes, he had rookie wide receivers. No, he didn't show up. I think all these factors mattered. The problem is, I think that they'll get a more focused Aaron Rodgers. I think you're already seeing that, him being there, the way that he's interacting with his teammates, the way the teammates are reacting to him. All of those things matter. Nothing is everything, everything is something. But we still have to play the games. And I reserve the right to just watch and wait and see how this all plays out. Because I hearken back to, we have two high-level examples of top quarterbacks leaving where they were for a long time in Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford and having immediate success at the absolute highest level, winning Super Bowls in year one. And then we have Russell Wilson. But for me, just comparing the situations, we like to forget how highly we thought of the Denver Broncos before Russell Wilson got there and it looked bad.
Yeah.
We were saying all the exact same things about the Denver Broncos that we're saying about the Jets, and the situation's not that dissimilar. The numbers that Russ had from Aaron Rodgers last year were not that dissimilar. And I go to, again, the offensive line. Aaron Rodgers is not a mobile quarterback. He's not. We agree, he's not a mobile quarterback.
I mean, but he better than Russ, though. We can't compare him and Russ. Aaron Rodgers is at 45. He will never look that bad like Russ did last year. I'm going to say, let's put that for the record. So I don't
think he'll look as bad as Russ. I don't think he'll look as bad as Russ. I don't think it'll be as bad as Russ. I think the division is much harder. I think we do not know if Robert Saleh is a good coach or not. We just don't know yet.
True.
Maybe he's great. Maybe he's the greatest ever. Or maybe he's not, and he's won 11 games. We just don't know. Don't have the answer on that. We do know the offensive line was the second worst in the league last year. So even if Aaron gets it out faster, you're expecting me to believe that it's going to go from 31st to, like, top 10?
Yeah, top 15.
They've been banged up on offensive line, though.
That's my biggest question mark.
Yeah.
Because if I look at Green Bay's offensive line the last couple of years,
Banged
2
up,
years
too.
ago,
Banged
2 years
up.
ago,
We're banged up.
passing protection, pass protection, they've been top 10 the last
But
2
why?
years. Even banged
Why?
up. He gets the ball out. He gets the ball out.
Bakhtiari don't play, bro. Bakhtiari ain't played in a year and a half. I love Bakhtiari. That's my
Understood.
guy.
He don't play.
He don't play.
Yeah.
Understood. Some of it is Aaron and his ability to get the ball out. But you're talking about the Jets, and I'm with Joy on this. Like, we're just assuming the elevation of the Jets. We're assuming that the Jets' offensive line, if it's not injured, is going to be top 10 or it's going to be something close. They were 30th last year.
Yeah,
like,
that's
a big jump, right? And we're assuming, and this is the question I have for you is, like, so, okay, we're not putting Garrett Wilson in the Devontae Adams camp yet.
Right.
How do you compare him to the talent of Greg Jennings and Jordan Nelson and all the other wide
to me,
receivers?
he's just as good, if not better.
Right.
And the reason is Garrett Wilson was better earlier than anybody Rodgers has ever played with. And Garrett didn't play with Rodgers. Garrett was better than Devontae early, better than Jordy early, better than James, better than Greg, better than Cobb, better than all of them. Garrett Wilson's the only one that was offensive rookie of the year.
And you didn't have no quarterback. Zach Wilson
1,100 with Zach Wilson, Mike White, and Joe Flacco?
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know how you do that. But I think the realest points that both of y'all are making at the end of the day is we got to see it. Because this all sounds good. Like, this is cute. You know what I mean? Showing up to OTAs is cute. But I don't think Rodgers will be as bad as Russ.
No, I don't think so either.
But, I mean, never. I would, yeah.
But we know, but they could lose. They could lose games. They're in a hard division.
Correct.
The only thing is that even when they talk about the offensive line, like, even with Tom Brady, I think the Patriots line, they never was that good. He used to ball out so quick that they get credit for it.
It is.
Where I feel like if A-Rod knowing how he plays, he'll get the ball out. But he got playmakers on the outside to get busy when they catch the ball.
The reason that we're having this whole conversation, though, is, I think, because none of us really know what to expect from Aaron Rodgers this season, right?
I don't.
We're going to find out.
I don't. I really don't. Like, I think
they should do good. But if they did bad, I wouldn't be surprised. Right. That's a hard division.
Yep.
Okay, you're counting it with the division. Do you think the Jets will be bad outside of the division, or you think the division is what will keep the Jets' record from ascending? Like, what are you telling me? What are you telling the viewer?
I just, like, I can see the Jets not doing well. Like, if it happened, I won't be surprised, right? New team trying to put together, got some young guys, your A-Rod. I can see that happening. But then I also can see the Jets balling out. They got young talent, right?
If it doesn't,
A-Rod does well with Nathaniel Hackett as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So I can see both sides.
You've lived it. You've literally lived you were with the Bucs when they won the Super Bowl. What will tell us if the Jets will be good or not? You've been in the locker rooms. You've been on the playing field in that new transition. What's the secret? What's the secret sauce?
I want to see how well they play together, right? How well will Garrett Wilson be if he's not getting the balls? He's not getting on the balls like he used to getting last year, right? And then what's the new guy that's got? Lazard's getting more balls. Man, he throwing the ball to him more because they got the connection. Like small things like
Cobb
that.
is there, third down.
Small things like that, can be make chaos in a team. But if guys are trying locked in and trying to win, that don't matter. Oh yeah, hey, good job, bro, good job. I guess my game's next game. Cool. Where a lot of teams they don't do that. With the Bucs, Mike Evans will have one catch. And he will be celebrating everybody else the same way as if he had 10 catches, 12 catches. And that's how you win championships. So if they can do that and play well together and show that real chemistry, I think they'll be a good team.
Final random question. Do you want Aaron Rodgers to play in the preseason if you're a Jets fan?
No.
No?
Nah, why?
Don't get no burn?
Nah.
Just wait for the season?
He almost 40, man. He almost 40. Is you crazy? Man, you sit your old self down, man. Take some notes.
Well, speaking of somebody almost 40, LeBron James.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.